Moriarty is behind schedule. I've been waiting for 2 days now for the materials I need for my research to be delivered. He will have to get a move on if he wants to me to take over the work he has started. My patience has its limits. I have filled in my time by reorganizing this place. An old fair sideshow, exhibiting monsters. I don't know if Moriarty is aware of the irony of the situation. To calm my impatience, they brought me a subject at the end of the morning. A dirty old tramp in good health. He will do. I'm going to test the last evolution of Moriarty's poison on him. Night has fallen and the test is finished. We had to kill the subject. His continuous roaring annoyed the bosses. I can understand now why he needs my genius to help him advance in his research. The subject was in such a state of murderous madness that he became completely uncontrollable. He didn't even seem to understand the simplest orders. It's a long way from the desired result. Tuesday the 9th, the material still hasn't arrived. On a brighter note, I received 2 new subjects, a man in his 50s, thin, hairy, and toothless, and another who was younger but equally repulsive. We should be thanked for cleaning such parasites off the streets. Wednesday the 10th, I was awoken in the middle of the night by screams and laughter, which seemed to be coming from the freak show. 2 of Moriarty's men, completely drunk, had locked the 2 subjects up in the same cage before giving them the bowl of poison. They were amusing themselves by betting on the combat's outcome. I hurried off to warn the boss. We can't waste material this way. I rather liked their expressions when they woke up a few hours later in the cages instead of the tramps. It must have been the worst hangover of their lives. Thursday the 11th, I finally received the material and the ingredients which will allow me to modify Moriarty's poison. The first experiment is going to be very simple. I'm just going to make a few drops of my famous will-annihilating poison and mix them with Moriarty's poison. We will see if that is sufficient to make them obey orders. It's a failure. The subjects didn't even have the time to kill each other. They died less than 30 seconds after being given the poison. The effects of the 2 poisons didn't add up as expected. On the other hand, I'll keep the dosage in mind. A poison that fries the brain so quickly cannot really be called a failure. Oh my gosh, there's so many pages. Friday the 12th, I work all night to develop the second dosage. This time I distilled the curare differently to obtain a less powerful derivative. I also modified Moriarty's poison, but he was not very open about its composition, so I had to improvise. Another failure. The subject did not die immediately, but he was as uncontrollable as the others. The only difference of note is that the wounds and the tissue damage did not get any worse after the poison was taken. That's of no interest. We're not here to treat them. Moriarty assisted in the experiment. He did not say anything and left in silence. He wasn't pleased. I think he is starting to get impatient. Saturday the 13th. Moriarty is becoming impatient. The idiot doesn't understand anything and he dares to question my talent. He was the one who came to find me to modify his poison. He'd be trying for weeks without success, and now he wants me to succeed in 2 days. We had an overheated discussion about it, but I finally got him to admit that a chemist has no choice but to bow to the rules of science. It's nature that sets man the rhythm and not the other way around. I tried another dosage. This 3rd test was a semi-failure. This time the subjects alternated the bouts of madness with a fall of blood pressure. He went from enraged to comatose in a few seconds. I think we are on the right track. Okay. Moriarty doesn't want to wait any longer. This morning he openly threatened me. He has given me 2 days to obtain a conclusive result. He gave me to understand that past this deadline, I will go from being the researcher to becoming the guinea pig. I am confident enough. I was able to worm the components of the poison out of him. And as I thought, the problem isn't with my creation, it's with his. His idiot apprentice chemists who worked on it made so many mistakes in the dosages that I'm amazed that it produces the effect it does. I spent more than 10 hours going over the dosages of Moriarty's poison, and I have finally obtained something sufficiently pure to be mixed with my personal composition. New subjects must be delivered as soon as possible. I can't wait to see the results. I succeeded. The problem wasn't with my potion, my poison, but with theirs it was much too strong. I modified it, and the subject proved to be obedient without losing any of his fury. True, he did eat his own hand, but this time it was because we told him to. It's the first time I've seen Moriarty smile. Oh man, we've attained the objective. At any time, Moriarty can poison a large section of London's population. The choice of the Whitechapel area is a natural one. It is there that the greatest number of the starving can be found. So at the given moment, these thousands of ragged soldiers can invade the city and spread chaos such as the British Empire has never known. Nothing will stop their fury. The devastation will last for the time that the boss needs to seize power and place the pathetic clown Woodville on the throne. Then the killing frenzy will stop of its own accord. I programmed the poison to last for 48 hours. After that, the subjects will join their victims in the paradise of the flea-ridden. I'm so glad I didn't do all of this in a weird voice. I would have been dying. Ugh. Okay. I am now going to be able to mass produce this wonderful poison. Moriarty has set his men to cleaning up the warehouse below. It is a perfect place, and it even has an enormous reservoir in the roof. The boss came here in person to pay me part of the money I was promised for my work. I'll have the rest when his plan has succeeded. I will soon be incredibly rich.
What a dreadful diary. That Hans is the only real monster ever to have frequented this attraction.
Truth. True that. What's in here? Oh, Jesus. My friends, as you all know, next week our adventure must come to an end. You also know that I'm no good at speeches, so I'll keep this brief. After all the years spent with you here, I can honestly say I think of you as my family. I'm going to miss all of you, but before the fair closes, we've got one last week in business. And during this time, I want you all to give the very best of yourselves so that the public will never forget us. So before getting back to work, here's the list of jobs for the week. Clean out the aquarium, kitchen, pest control, responsible for the keys to the place. Upkeep of the rail and the cages.
The bearded lady kept the key to this exhibition. Interesting.
Word. Is that everything? Yeah, I guess so. Where is this thingy that I need? This thingu. Maybe now that I've been up here. But what, bearded lady? Reward, if not a real woman. Where am I looking? Oop, oop.
Here's what I've been looking for.
The key.
The trap is in place. Now I only need to get the guard to go inside the freak show.
Cool. Oops. Here we go. I knew the glasses were important.
I need to get out of here.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
The guard is inside. I must close the door quickly.
Go, 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 go. Work them thighs, work them thighs, work them thighs.
Closed. I must find a way of neutralizing the guard inside.
Well, duh. We know what to do. Silly. Okay. Doop, 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 doop. And now...
No, I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't do that.
You can, though. Okay, here we go. Oh, God, this is going to be so sad. I can't believe we're doing this. We're like, let's just use this poor guy who's in horrible pain to immobilize this guard. We could have just left him locked up in there instead of doing this. God, Sherlock, you're messed up. Well, at least he didn't die.
Well, I'll be leaving you. I'm sure you have a great many things to do.
Jeez, Sherlock, ice cold. Alright. Boopity doopity doopity baba doobie doops. Oh. What is this?
But what have we got here?
Ah, there you are, Holmes. Did you have any problems?
None. Apart from a few small things.
Not a
what
thing
have you
went
found out
wrong.
about this warehouse?
Prince Woodville's soup is loaded and contaminated by hands.
And in the direction of Whitechapel. Watson, in a few hours, Moriarty will have at his disposal a formidable army, more powerful and more terrible than anything that has ever existed.
What?
The soup is destined for a poverty-stricken, starving population who have been conditioned for months against the ruling powers. Moriarty won't have any trouble in sending thousands of raving mad people to ravage the city, sowing death and destruction. No force would be able to resist them, not the police, not even the army. A perfect army, knowing neither fear nor pity. A tidal wave of humanity which will cover London and will fall away again, leaving a city of desolation behind it.
What horror! And the chaos will only make Moriarty's coup d'etat even easier. But how will he
The
guard
sneer.
himself against this bloodthirsty crowd?
Do the
The
sneer
chaos
again.
will
Dang
only
it.
last for the time he needs.
You mean to say...
That these poor wretches will all die. 48 hours after ingesting the soup, according to our good Dr. Shielman. So the victims will be joined by their executioners. An immense mass murder. What Moriarty would call clearing up after work, no doubt. Good. Have you found a way of stopping Hans's process?
Yes, I think so. If we can weaken the reservoir's feet with the explosives, for example, it will collapse and take the building down with it.
Good work.
What are you looking at?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Never.
It's like a smatolite, right? It's kind of like a smatolite. If I were to say it looked like a thing, I'd say it looks like a smatolite, personally. Oh, Watson, which horse would you choose? Oh, ooh.
Look, Holmes, there appears to be some sort of control panel.
With an antenna, whatever its purpose might be.
It's busted open, am I right? Am I right? Sherlock, am I right? Let's go this way then. Oh, Watson, they're all the same. They're all the same horse. It's the worst merry-go-round in the world. How do I get off of this thing? What's down here? Nothing? Cool. Get out of my way, God. Alright, let's see. What wonderful riches. Just sitting around here. Anything? Should I just try to go straight inside?
I can hear noises. We aren't alone. We had best be careful.
Holmes, our priority now is to blow up the tank in the factory to stop the distribution of the soup.
Of course, Watson.
Watson, be quiet, God. I like how Watson's like, Sherlock, don't get distracted. Sherlock, this is not about you and Moriarty. This is about blowing that thing up. Remember? Hey. Remember, we're trying to blow a thing up. He's like, I know. I got this, okay? Oh. Watson, pick up the pace.
A telephone line. It goes to the haunted house.
Interesting. What's on this side? Anything over here? Anything all up in here? Anybody? Telephone lines, maybe? Some stuff? Some things to open? Nothing? Anything up in the trees? Alright, fine. So apparently we should go back to the haunted house, question mark? I guess. I don't even know which one was the haunted house. This? No. This isn't it. Tickets. Freak show. That guy's still in there like, yo, let me out. Hey. Hey, buddy. Boxing saloon. Animals. Where's this haunted house? Am I all like turned around now? I might be. I probably am. Modern amusements. Another boxing saloon. No, it's cool. I don't like want you guys to be creative or anything.
Inhabited. Look, there is smoke coming out of one of them.
Interesting. Quite interesting. There's a theater. I wonder if there are costumes inside. Watson, we could dress up in costumes. Oh. Oh my God. It's the prince. Hey, it's the prince. Hey.
This place must have been magnificent.
Shh. Watson, look. On the stage. Prince Woodville.
Why are you here? You're so weird. What is happening to you?
And it is with an immense pride that I take possession of the attributes of the crown and swear in front of you to serve my people.
You are weird. You are a
Gentlemen,
weirdo.
Who are you? I don't believe I know you.
We...
Not as yet, Your Royal Highness, but I am overjoyed that you are familiar with the crowning ceremony.
Of course. A good king should know it.
That makes my duty so very much easier. Let me introduce myself. My name is Howard Sawbury, and I am in charge of the aforementioned protocol.
I love that
and
every
the
time
master
Sherlock
of
lies,
ceremony
Watson
and
like
vets at
looks
Buckingham
around
Palace.
like somebody might catch him.
Yes, and I'm Sir John Cannard, in charge of the peacocks in the royal gardens.
Congratulations, Sir John. Excellent imagination.
I am pleased to meet you, gentlemen, but what brings you here?
Do you mean to say that no one has informed you? Have you not been in the city? It is Queen Victoria, of course. She has been dethroned.
Really? So soon? According to my special advisor, Professor Moriarty, that should not take place until a few days from now.
The people have decided otherwise, sir, and now they're calling for their new sovereign, the benevolent, most understanding Prince Woodville.
Ah, gentlemen, you bring me great news. My good people have carried out their duty. I can finally take my rightful place, and happily before the bombs detonated.
This Mafa.